Right? Shalom. Shalom. I start this off by giving all honor. I'm gonna start this off giving all honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Wahagadash Rakah, Dwadi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, for the Holy Spirit to be able to come back with another lesson, or hopefully something that can be edifying, exhorting, or admonishing. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone of Israel, Yasha Allah, and double honors to all the elect elders out here slated to be saved from the destruction, as well as all the elect elders, Slaki, and the entire conglomerate of those slated to be saved from the destruction that's currently coming upon this globe, the earth, according to the Bible, um, and chiefly to America and to the wicked, and is rapidly increasing, event by event, day by day, as we speak and live our lives, and those being slated to be saved, being none other than the elect and 1/3 of the Israelites, and who today are of, well, the whole entire Israelite nation, uh, or of the Israelite nation, if I didn't say it, the Israelite nation today are being known by bywords such as Black, African American, Negro, Hispanic, Native American, Indian, Seminole Indian, uh, West Indian, so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, and Afro people scattered abroad. The men of these people that have repented and are now just teaching the true doctrine of the Bible and are just living their life according to it in truth and sincerity. And the men, women, and children also of these people that have repented and are now in their true back in their true heritage as well, which is the true doctrine of the Bible, the way of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, who people ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ due to deceit. All right. Shalom. So yeah, man, this is just something, that was on my spirit earlier. So, you know, I got provoked to do it, brothers. Everybody that's, got a measure to, do more, they're doing more. Uh, and as it said that, I'm gonna kick it off with that the Lord, He's gonna set up watchmen upon the walls that's never gonna hold their peace day nor night. You know, this is and I'm one of those because I don't sleep. But anyway, a normal sleep routine. This is Isaiah 66 and actually it's like Isaiah 61 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, keep not silence. Because the Lord is always being praised nonstop. Which is a good scripture right here. Which is why this was written. Sirach 43 and 20, it says, when you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet he will far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary, for you could never go far enough. Yeah, the Lord is always being praised. He's worthy to be praised for, forever, eternity. But nonetheless, my point is, I was just provoked to do this, and it was already on my spirit. Brothers is brothers going live, brothers in the spirit right now. And we back in our routine, getting ready to hit the highways and hedges, pretty much all the camps, congregations of the Israelites that are awakened, and then the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, to the best of their ability, are getting ready to at least hit the highways tomorrow, if you haven't throughout the week. But anyway, nonetheless, that's not even my point, because the lesson tonight is that was on my spirit was this is what we're here for. And it came in wake of, I was listening to a brother Rapah, and there's a quote that, he had said, it's a quote from him by the spirit, Shalom to that brother Rapah Moth. And he said, this is what we're here for. And this is pretty much a continuous sentiment that keep coming up, because it was said amongst, the brothers I label with, us or whatever. And one of the brothers that's with us that I label with, he had mentioned to another brother, he said pretty much, it was talking about something, but he said pretty much, we just waiting on the day of the Lord. That's pretty much, what's going on. And now, fast forward today, earlier, today, afternoon, I was listening to it, and the quote came back up, that sentiment came back up. This is what we're here for. And it just made me think, like, this is exactly what we're here for. And what he was alluding to was what? The day of the Lord, man. I'm going to go ahead and bring that out. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's pretty much what everything come down to, man. Like, the whole reason why you here. People don't understand why they really on earth. People in the truth really don't understand why you really in the truth, why you have been shown this knowledge. A lot of people truly don't get it. And I know it's something I truly don't get as much as I, should and will. We all gonna get it when that day comes. This is Philippians 4 and 5. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. See that? That's what it comes down to, man. Yahweh Bashmiel Shah, he getting ready to come back. It's a second death written about. All hell is slated to be brought forth. Why? Because it's the purpose. You know, it's the purpose of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. I only get a couple more to really get going. Is Isaiah 55:11. It says, matter of fact, I want that in Jeremiah 23. Jump there real quick. Jeremiah 23 and 20. It says, the anger of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days, ye shall consider it perfectly. And we in those latter days. It's a time, these latter days, it's so much that's going on in these latter days. You got false prophets on the rise. That was said to be the case. Esau was going to be revealed, the son of perdition. You got people, you got race wars, you got all these different prophecies coming to pass. Obviously you got the chip, which is the mark of the beast. You got all the little detailed prophecies that spoke about in the book of the Apocrypha, which is which means to be hid, hidden. There's Jeremiah 35 and 18. It says, Salakia. Just a second. Salakia. Sirach. 35 and 18. Yep. This Jeremiah 35 and 18. It says, for the Lord will not be mighty, slacking, for the Lord will not be slack, neither mighty, slacking, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten and sundered the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen. None of that has happened, man. So really you think like, the days go by, you just with this knowledge, you either increasing it or you bull jobbing with it, or you falling out, you either bringing the wisdom of the past that's been, presented to you, or you're not. But nonetheless, the true reason why everybody on earth is being spoke about right here. This is Sirach 35 and 18. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten and sundered the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous, till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people, and made them to rejoice in his mercy. That's what it comes down to. It really comes down to all hell breaking loose, the Lord showing up and confounding these people, man. And us being pretty much put back in the second Exodus, what you spoke about in Jeremiah the 16th chapter. That's what it comes down to. So we just sitting and going through the motions pretty much we practicing it. This is a rehearsal until that actually, is manifested. It's we rehearsing it when we give you our examples of how it's gonna be, how crazy it's gonna be. That's rehearsal. That's practice. That's pretty much what that's likened to. And then you're gonna see the real thing. The game gonna start, man. This is Jeremiah 16 and 16. So these is just the rehearsal, man. But whole time, what you in practice for? You in practice to play the game. And what's gonna be the game? Jacob's trouble. That's when it starts. This is Jeremiah 16 and 16. It says, I'm gonna actually start at that's not what I want. I want to start at 13. It says, therefore will I cast you. I'm gonna start at 14. Therefore That's what I want. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. See that? Because that's what happened. Or we was really put, if you go back into the time of how everything played out, we was really put there when the Lord had a famine come. All that stuff, the Lord has a real purpose. He had the famine come. He had, you know, the progenitors of the 12 tribes sell their brother, you know, Joseph, Yahusah, in the slavery to the Egyptians, just so he could raise him up and actually set and bring us in, because he was going to bring the famine. And then that was going to cause us to get started to build our nation, to actually develop what it is the Lord delights in. You know, he don't delight in big numbers. You see what I'm saying? So he took that 70, he took Yahusah, and then Yahusah was one little Hebrew. He was one little Hebrew in the nation of Egypt, our ancestor Yahusah. And yeah, Salaki, I don't know what just happened, but he just took he took one little Hebrew that was in Egypt, and just confounded everybody with him. And he actually used him to become Pharaoh. And the Lord was proving a whole purpose. You know, here it is, Yahusah was just sitting in prison. He was sold off. He was going through all this. He was just going through a real process. If you really read that, go back and read that. He was going through a real process, man. And he had a point for being there, man. You know, and then once he was raised up, you know, he ended up realizing that the whole thing that he went through was just so the Lord could show him. And Satan, I don't know what's going on, man. But anyway, the Lord was using that for him to prove a point, man. And fast forward, and deleting the comments, and heck, it's just Satan. That's all this is, man. Satan and Esau. All brothers' comments gone. I don't see nothing anymore. So, yeah, that's crazy. Anywho, he had a point of being there, man. And eventually he brought in his brothers. He brought in his family. It was 70, which was our family, obviously. And then that 70, was used to turn into a multitude. The Lord had a famine happen in the midst of it, which is why they had to move in. And the only person that had knowledge or insight on that situation happening was Yahusah, which he told the Pharaoh to collect the, for the 7 years of famine, I believe it was, paraphrasing. And everybody that would go on to not starve in the region would have to go to Egypt, which is why we was able to move in, and which is why he put Yahusah, in the position he put him in, and had him go through his rigorous, at the time, obviously, process. But see, the Lord always got a point, man, which will tell us in Romans 8 and 18, I'm gonna see if the Lord have me bring it out, but I'm gonna get it. It's on Romans 8:18. Just hold it. But anyway, he always got a point, man. Just show his glory. I'm gonna just read it. This is Romans 8:18. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." See that? It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God." See, that's heavy, man. It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope." It says, "Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God." Man, that's heavy, man. That's literally what we're going into right now. The Lord has he had a point, man. So that's why I say by the Spirit. At the time, it felt like it was rigorous, but he had a point for being there, man. And then when the 70 came in, and then the famine, due to the famine hitting, we were straight. And then in that process, the Lord had us there just to jack up Egypt and to try our people, to show them, to teach them through the conditions and the rigor and the bondage we was going through. So that was a learning curve, because that revealed that through us being free. See that? That was revealed through us being free. But anyway, and all of that, we left with riches, substance, and etc. So that's why they were there. And we went on to develop our own. We went on to develop our own country, our own land, our own laws, everything, man. And we was chose. It was all that was done just so the Lord could show His power in us and in Egypt. All that was really done for the Lord to show His power through what? Through judgment. That's why I say the Lord, He loved the judgment. If a brother could post that, the Lord loved the judgment. But anyway, I don't know what's going on over here. This is madness. I can't see nothing. If brother's posting something, I don't see nothing. I don't see no shalom. I don't see nothing, man. Like anything. This thing tripping. Let me see something. Let me just a moment. It's amazing. Yeah, I don't see nothing, man. I can still be heard, so it's all good. Anywho, so that's pretty much that. So I'll read this one more time. It says, Romans 8:18, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." It was all set up by the Spirit. I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is Romans 9 and 17. It says, "For the scripture said unto Pharaoh." Yeah, beautiful. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, "Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee." See that? "And declare my might and my shlaki, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth." So that's pretty much what was going on, man. And you go to 22, it says, "What if God, willing to shew His wrath, Yahweh, and to make His power known, endured with much long suffering." Going into the title, this is what we're here for. This is what we're here for. It says, "What if God willing, Yahweh willing to shew His wrath and to make His power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that He might make known the riches of His glory on the vessels of mercy." And Yeah, man. It says, which he had afore prepared unto glory. So that's that, man. You know, heavy, man. That's real heavy. I mean, everything about it, man. You know, so the Lord had us there just to do what? To bring forth his judgment, because he loved judgment. Isaiah 61:8. For I, the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Shah, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offering, and I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them. See? That really, because look, that's what it turned into. Him having us there in that process just resulted in, which was really for the purpose of him bringing forth his judgment. Because when the judgment is decided and acted upon, the whole purpose of it, is brought forth. You know, it makes the point of things come out pretty much. You got somebody suffering wrongfully, and you got somebody ruling like a tyrant. It makes the point. Judgment makes the point of those things existing make sense, come out. What's up, what's come down. It's just that simple. So this is what we're here for. We're here ultimately for judgment. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back to that. This is Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days say, come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. See? So this is going to be the second Exodus. It says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land, just how he did when we left out of Egypt the first time, that I gave unto their fathers. So that's what it's going down. That's how it's going down. That's the purpose. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. Yeah, these are some good scriptures. I'm gonna hold these. Let's go here real quick, because this is really the point they really made me think of. My brother, have said that by the Spirit. This is man, this is heavy. Man, it's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna start right here though. This is the point. It says, 2nd Ezra 7, and I'm gonna start at 2. And he said unto me, up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. So it says the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. So the location of the sea, the oceans, they've been placed there just so they can abound. They've been put in a location to be able to abound. And that's heavy, because that's pretty much the situation we in, man. You've been put in a situation in order for you to be able to do a certain thing. That's what that's starting off talking about. And it says what? It says, but put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river, which is obviously much smaller than that sea. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it, if he not went through the narrow? Because he's just laid out. Okay, let's just for example say it had an entrance, but the entrance is something much smaller. So regardless, before we even get to how small or what the entrance looked like, Let's say I told you about this sea that's set in this wide, deep place that it could just abound and just continuously go on forever and ever. It's been positioned in a way that it will be able to do that, right? But let's say it had an entrance. I mentioned that you could just go to it. But now I told you it's an entrance. It's a certain way you got to come through this entrance to even get to it. But he said if it was a river, so it's much smaller, because he's trying to make a point. It says, to put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river, who then could go in to the sea to look upon it and to rule it if he went not through the narrow? How could he come into the broad? He couldn't. If there's only one door, it's the only way to get in the building. Don't you gotta go through the door? You know? So the sea is really talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. And it's been set up in a way that it will literally be able to be called the kingdom of heaven. The things that it will be founded upon, and who it is that will be ruling it. And obviously the Lord's going to ordain it, which he ordained everything, even all this mess, that these people got. It says, but once again, it's beautiful, because me being able to say that, I'll be able to know what beauty is. You see what I'm saying? Off seeing this crap. So you should see the point of the title again too. This is the point. This is what we're here for. To see this crap, to know what beauty is, man. To see our people, to see whores and know what a woman is. See a weak ass nigga and know what a man is. See badass kids get their damn brains blown out and see what what young princes and princesses look like, man. All right. To see what death look like, to know what immortality is, man. All right. It says, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it if he went not through the narrow? How could he come into the broad? There is also another thing. A city is built. I'll give you another example. He's saying, and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. Of all good things. So everything good is in this city. That's in this broad. If we get that word broad, it says the entrance, it says, and it's full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. So the entrance thereof is narrow. So obviously it's this broad place. It's enough room for everybody, and it's a city built. It's a city built up, and it's full of all good things. So whatever is good, you're gonna find in this place. Anything that could be labeled good, man, it's gonna be there. It says, the entrance thereof is narrow, and it is set in a dangerous place to fall. That's the entrance is set in a dangerous place to fall. So you can't. Let me just keep going. I want to jump ahead. It says, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. So you got one side, this the entrance. That's what the entrance look like, man. All right. Let's see if I can pull this picture up to make this edifying. I'm gonna pull this picture up. Because once again, you ain't doing shit. You're not doing nothing, Excuse my language, but it is what it is. That's what we're going into. This is what we're here for, man. All right. It says, we're going to come back and get that. It says, and only one path between them both, even between, you see, the fire and the water. So this entrance is in front of this place that's more than enough room for everybody, and all good things exist, and it's a city, but it's an entrance. So you can't, but now I told you it's an entrance to it. So once again, there's only one way to get in, which is this entrance. I have to go through that entrance. That's the only way I'm gonna get in. But now this particular entrance is set in a dangerous place to fall. The dangerous place is hovering, if you will, is in a place uh, engulfed, basically surrounded with. It's in a place that pretty much is dang near engulfing the entrance just to get into the city, or fire on one hand and water, deep water on the other hand, which is so spiritual because most Jake, you got a lot of Jakes can't swim, you know. It says so small that there could one there so small that there could but one man go therein at once, and that's how small the entrance is. So that's the only way to get into this in that city, man. But more room, more than enough room for everybody, and what anything that you can think of that's good and that you didn't even know was good that you probably forgot about, anything that's good is there. But the only way to get in this place is going through the entrance. There's only one way to get in, man. You know, there's only one way to get in. And the path that's basically engulfed, dang near engulfed with fire on one hand and water on the other side. It's so small that only one person can actually go enter in and walk up to the entrance, walk the path of the entrance into the city, one at a time, man. Anyway, because that's not really my point. It says, if this city were now given unto a man, if this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, if he shall never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Because we obviously not in a broad place where everybody can just live at. We obviously not in a place where all things is good at. We obviously not in a situation to where we haven't found the waters that can just abound. We haven't found something that's been put in a position where it can just something that represents abundance, continuance. We obviously haven't found none of that. But it sounds like we don't found this. Because it say if that city were given unto a man for an inheritance, it say if this city were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he shall never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. See that? Who is Israel? Us, so-called Black, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So this is the situation we find ourselves in, man. Basically, the Lord has put us in a situation of testing. You know, why you think it's saying, let me grab that real quick. Acts 14 and 22, and it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples, those that have learned about what true immortality is, what God's name is, who everybody is, what God requires, how he thinks, the learners of that, right? How his son looks, what he stands for, who he's from, who he's coming back for. It says confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, right? And having that given unto us as the true faith of Yahweh Shemiah Shah until it's actually the physical, tangible aspects of it is revealed. It says, and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God. See why you think you say that, man? So that's where we at right now, man. It's literally a it's like what's that movie called? I think it's Game of Thrones. It's basically Game of Thrones, man. And I ain't even seen that movie like that, but I picked up on it got what it basically what the message was. Basically, it says, because for there, this is back in 2nd Ezra 7 and 11, start at 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. So Adam fell from grace, and now we have to fight to get back to it. Thus showing you Adam just represent man. You know, it didn't represent just one man. In particular, it did. But when you actually go into the understanding of it, it can't be just talking about one man. Because all Adam not going to get it. All people not fighting to get back to something they never had. All people not fighting to get back to God because they never had him. So it's the same thing with Adam. Who written to get immortality? Us, right? So Adam represented a certain branch of mankind, a certain people of mankind at that time, who was basically us in the reincarnation. You know? The thing that has been is that what shall be the Lord don't change, man. How can he be holy with no exclusivity? Everything, if everything is for everybody, no hierarchy, no exclusivity, there is no such thing as holy, because holy just means set apart. You know? So everyone's not fighting to get back to God. Everybody's not about to get, it's not on their way to get immortality. All these people are going to eventually worship the Heavenly Father, but that's about it. It says, because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. It says, then were the entrances of this world made narrow. What world is he talking about? He's talking about the world that's written to never end, which he talks about in Isaiah, the 45th chapter. If a brother want to post that, 45 and 17. But anyway, I'm going to just paraphrase it real quick. The world without end, man. You can go back to what? Verse 3. It says, and I said, 2nd Ezra 7:3, and I said, speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. It's been put in a position where it can just continue. Like what? Isaiah 45, I'm going to just grab it real quick. Isaiah 45 and 17. It says, most people don't know how they hear, man. This is Isaiah 45:17, but Israel shall be saved. And that's not all Israel. This is talking about the elect of 1/3, man. Whoever goes on to be numbered to actually be those people, that's who's going to be saved. It says, in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end, representing that sea talked about in 2nd Ezra the 7th chapter, the 3rd verse. And I said, speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. So it's been positioned to just be able to just abound and go on, man. See, the everything that the Lord created has a meaning. There's a reason why the sea has depth that you can't get to. It has a depth that you can never get to the bottom to. Shalom. 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 Shalom, Yahshua. But, anyway, it says, so when Adam went off, when the chosen people, the sons of God, went off, it says what? In verse 12, then were the entrances of this world made narrow. What world? The world of Israel. And that world, obviously, is not yet, because we're in Esau's world. Jacob is the beginning of the next that followed it. And it never had an end time put on it. Why? Because it's that sea talking about. Why? Because it's a world without end. We're still in Esau's world, which is where we're learning what death looked like, why judgment needs to be brought forth ultimately, man. And what suffering looks like, man, and grinding looks like. It says, then were the entrances of this world made narrow. What world? The kingdom of heaven, man. That city built set on the broad field. That city built it and set upon a broad field and full of all good things. You know, that paradise. All right. It says, then were the entrances of this world made narrow. Not this particular world, the world to come. You know, trying to really find life, immortality. It says, full of sorrow and travail. You see, they are but few and evil, full of perils, and that's very dangerous. That's what peril going to. They delete the comments. This ain't never happened, man. This is crazy. It's crazy. This ain't never happened. They keep deleting the comments. Satan and Esau don't want the lambs, the sheep of Yahweh, some outside the flock to be fed, man. You know, that's another thing. That's why you're here. You're here to eat, man. You're here to go and find pasture, to continue. The sheep pretty much always on the journey until their resting place. See that? But anyway, it says, for the interests of the world of the Slaki, for the interests of the elder world were wide and sure and brought immortal fruit. So that's when things was easy. It says that's when we was immortal. It says, if then they that live labor not, if then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they could never receive those that are laid up for them. So that's what it's about. We've been put in pretty much a damn simulation, almost, man. We've been put in the most high simulation, and it looked like it's a so-called white man simulation. But really, what we're here for is to ultimately prove the Lord's glory, be saved, and the Lord actually prove his power, man. Learn we need to learn, be a low, downtrodden people to ultimately prove the Lord's existence and prove why we should get the kingdom. That's why we're here for it, man. And what do you think is that fire and that fire on one side and that water on the other side represent? And that narrow interest. One of the narrow interests represent trying to do righteous in this immortal flesh in this wicked world, man. And then the water and the fire are used as those are spirits created for vengeance, man. Because these waters is compared to Esau, his flood, and these people. And then the fires is compared to the heat, man. All type of heat, destruction. Spirits created for vengeance. If a brother want to poke, I get it. I'm already here, I think. Anyway, it's Sirach, I'm already here. Sirach 39 and 28. It says, there be spirits created, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their slaki, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. You see, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire. See that? Fire. And hail. See that? And hail consists of what? Water. And famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So there it is, man. So that fire represents Jacob's trouble. That fire represents what the so-called white man getting ready to do. All that, man. That's what this is what we're here for, man. We're here to go through that straight gate. We're here trying to walk down that path, man. We here just to watch this place be destroyed. Just see if you built, if you believe to make it, man. Are you gonna fold? You're here to be tested. That's why the dang live the stream keep getting cut. You're gonna persist. You're gonna walk, you're gonna see what it takes, or you're gonna turn back the other way. Once again, 2 Ezra 9, 7 and 14. If then they that live labor not, if then they that live labor not, if then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. So that's what this is. It's beating the devil, man. You know? Who gonna survive, man? That Kanye West made a song on his album, I think it's called My Dark Twisted Fantasy or something like that. And he said on the album, he said, who will survive in America, man? You know? I got something real quick. This is Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. So you gotta endure. Who's gonna be made hard? Who's gonna be built and become the way they need to build, go on and become the way they need to be built to survive, to ultimately have what? The point of why we're here play out, man. That's the whole point. Let me grab something real quick. This is Revelation 2 and 26. It says, actually, let me get 2 and 5. It says, no, that ain't what I want. There's another one, but I'll get this one. This is Revelation 2 and 26. It says, and he that overcometh, he said, and he that overcometh, keep my works. I started 25, but that which ye have, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. See that? So if you want that power, you want to be glorified, you want to be magnified in righteousness, and as the first fruit of your people, the legacy that you read about, you being told about how you come from kings and queens, is being verified now, man. Princesses and all this madness, man. I say, well, I really should say that other round, the queens and princess thing. But anyway, all that's being verified, and that being true, you come from this royal bloodline. Well, are you going to be built up and overcome to the end to receive that power back, man? As being the first fruits of your people being restored, man. Back to their rightful position, man. Being put back as the head and not the tail ever again. You know? That's what we're here for, man. To go through that gate, to prove that. They say, he that endured shall be saved, man. We finna go through hell. We going through hell. This mundane ass life, man. You know? Because don't ever think, because you read the same scriptures, this is the same old. No. Me and the brother was just talking about that. The Lord always show more and more every time you read something, every time you do something. He made an example. He said, Brother Mahar, he said, it's like, yeah, you go to school every day throughout the year when you was in high school or something like that. Yeah, Monday, it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but you don't know who's going to die this Monday. You don't know you know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen at school today on this Friday. Yeah, you always got that Friday at school, but something different always happen. So don't get it twisted, man. You know? But nonetheless, it is a mundane, if you will, mundaneness, if that's a word, to this, man. This goddamn vexing ass place. And you know this ain't life. They say, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, man. You know, you being oppressed, we are yet, and you understand we are yet in this as in this day in our captivity. You know what I'm saying? Lord, they saved us, man. Our people think they saved. They gonna die. And a lot of them being told. This they say, have they not all heard? Surely they have all heard, paraphrasing, man. See, you know, the Lord said, if I had not come unto them, they had not sinned. So you ain't hearing all this for no reason. You don't know this for no reason. You ain't been exposed to this for no reason. You ain't walked past those brothers on the highways and byways, not begging for money, just reading what they reading the Bible, man, for no reason. You ain't see that sign and see what you called, even though you probably didn't understand it for no reason, and seeing something next to it called Issachar or Judah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see nothing. You ain't see that for no reason, man. You ain't continuously hearing about this for no reason. whole purpose of it is for you to go through this, man. Here it is. You got your supposed name, Negro or so-called damn Mexican, next to the people that's actually said to be above all people. Issachar said to be above all people. Judah said to be above all people. But yet you see it in the form of a plank, which is a piece of wood, and brothers done painted on it or something, you know? Suffering that to actually see, you know what? That's gonna turn into this, man. That's gonna turn into this. This Revelation 21 and 12. It says, I'm gonna start at 10. Yeah, it says, and he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and shewed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone, most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. And at the 12 gates, 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So that sign gonna transform. That plank you seeing right now gonna transform to this. So you're only seeing that over and over and over, constantly hearing about this Israelite stuff over and over and over. It's not stuff, it's the truth, man. Only to have it, you know, play out to become had a walls, great walls high, man. This is a gated community with your name on it, man. You ain't gonna see Negro no more. You're gonna be forced to walk up to that gate, no, because you a Judite, you an Issacharite, you a Simeonite, you a Gadite, man, a Reubenite, you're an Israelite, man. You're gonna walk up to that gate. But the only ones that's gonna be able to do that are those that overcome and keep it to his works until the end. So this is what we're here for, man. It's about overcoming. It's about all the hell we finna catch. It's not about once that time comes. It ain't nothing but glory. This is staycation. This is what we're here for, man. It's literally about catching hell right now, man. You know, and being built up in the process, coming out of that dead state, man. We're in the process of all the bones that was written to getting up, man, and being reclothed again. And the damn devil, he know that. That's why he want to kill us, man. He said he's gonna come down having great wrath because he knows that he had but a short time. Because once that time come, how was the birth about? Jacob was pulling his damn hair, man. Little brother or not. We built different, man. If you truly an Israelite, that's how you built, man. So this is what we're here for. To actually see have a second Exodus play out, man. And then that plank that people got a problem with, the 12 tribe chart, people laughing at right now. That's biblical. And it's being taught by elders and apostles, man. At the Great Millstone. And then the other camp brothers that teach it, elders that's been teaching it. All y'all was used to set that chart up, man. Just some man name. You know what I'm saying? That's how people look at it. But it's all right. It's all right. You got to suffer and go through all that. People getting at you on comment boards, trying to disapprove your doctrine, which is the doctrine of the entire earth and globe. And the first thing they want to mention to you is One West. I didn't even mention One West. What you mentioning One West to me for? You know, because they esteem anything we come up with is naught, man, for nothing. You know? But we got to suffer and go through that, man. All right? So let me go ahead and go back to this. I'm going to get a couple more and close this up. This is Lord willing. This is second Ezra 7. And then, brother, if you could, they took the dang joint down, the meeting for broad. They took it down. I don't know what happened. It keep taking all the comments down. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. Anyway, moving on. It says, now therefore, verse 15, now therefore, why disquieted thyself, thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? You see? And why art thou moved? Whereas thou art but mortal. Why would you be tripping, man? If you've been told, I just bring you the game down on how basically this is a fight back to glory, back to immortality, back to an exalted state, and you're in the, the dethroned state, if you will. What you tripping for, man? You know what's going on. You've been put here to fight. Are you gonna survive or are you gonna die? You're gonna go back to the hood, try to sell crack, try to hit a lick, try to be a stripper, get killed, catch a disease, learn the truth, fall out, learn the truth, bull job with it, not actually apply what it is to be applied, building yourself up slow like the devil finna wait on you. He not waiting on you. The Lord got slowing things down right now, man. This is your time. Because when all hell break loose, you got what you got. You got what you've been built upon, man. How much faith you got in that time is going to determine whether or not, how much wisdom and knowledge you got in that time is going to determine whether or not you're going to be saved, man. And if you're not saved, it's due to you not enduring. And enduring meaning to make hard. Let me pull the word up real quick. I'll pull the word up real quick. That's really what endure means. Bear with me just a moment. Really, I'm gonna go straight to it in Revelation. Revelation. No, I mean not Revelation. I mean Matthew. Matthew 24. Where you at? Yep. 1 second. Pull it up. I got to switch the screen just a moment. I'm gonna switch it now before I forget. Satan. All right. So we here.
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano. Hupamano.
Ooh, it say to remain. So when you're enduring, you remain. It says to preserve under misfortunes, and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach. It says bear bravely and calmly ill treatments. So you know that's all going to be determined off how much knowledge and wisdom you got, whether or not that's the power behind it. That's the reinforcement of you bearing bravely, being calm. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of the misfortunes and whatnot. It says, really, because this is a specific meaning I'm going to get, it says have fortitude. So when you go into fortitude, that's a fort. Are you going to be built? Bear with me just a moment. Lord willing to come up. Because really, it means to make hard. That's what endure means. And the key word there is what? To be made hard. Made. So if it's something made, it's something put together. You know, it's something built. That's what enduring is. That's what enduring is. Fortitude.
Fortitude.
It says courage in pain or adversity. Same thing. Strength of character, strong-mindedness. Why do you think the Lord will be telling us about having courage in pain and adversity? Because he said he that's able to do that to the end, the same shall be saved. So it's not only the strong gonna survive, man. If you don't survive, you're not strong, and if you don't survive, you will not be saved. It's just that simple. And if you're not saved, you're not going to see that glory, man. You will not be on that second Exodus, which is the whole point of you being here, man. Of people that made it out. Back in the first Exodus, you had the conditions we went through, and it says mercy. When you go back to Sirach in the 35th chapter in the 20th verse, it says mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction. So when we was catching all that hell in Egypt, when they was whooping our backs, making us build those cities, that's when the Lord was able. He had us go through all that as a people, just so He can appear and show the creation that y'all know it's a creator, right? And only what goes down here is what I want going on down here. And you know what? These my people. So don't touch them no more. These my children. These my sons and my daughters. Don't touch them anymore. And He used us to show it to these people that we completely different, man. But then in the process of that, we had something known as what? The Passover. During the Passover, that was what? The time of knowledge being applied, which was what? Take the blood, you sacrifice the lamb, and you put the blood above your doorpost. Because I'm finna come through and sweep. I'm finna just do a sweep of kills. I'm killing all the firstborn. Whoever ain't got that blood on their doorpost, obviously it's not wise. You're gonna die. It's just that simple. And the furtherance of that, once that ended, and everyone that did it was showing you what. That's how you was able to not be killed. And that was what? Isaiah 33:6, which says what? Let me grab it real quick. Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. You see? And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. So this is the reinforcement to you being saved, applying knowledge. Wisdom is applying knowledge and wisdom. You can't just know. You got to know, you got to do what you know. You can't just do, you got to do what's true knowledge, man. You can't just do if you don't know. Because it's vanity at that point. So knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. So the reinforcement of you being saved. You getting the knowledge to drop on, I'm finna kill everybody. That was a prophecy right then and there. Believe it or not. Put the blood on your doorpost. All right. Put the door on your blood post. That's wisdom. Now when everybody, the death come through, you don't get got, man. And then after that, everything that resulted after that, it resulted in the result of us having that knowledge and wisdom. When we was put back in that sea, when we was put in that sea, between that Red Sea, man, that was split. So it was a specific thought I had, but the Lord got to go on how He wants to. But anyway, fortitude, it says courage and pain or adversity. So why do you think the Lord will be telling us to have courage and bravery, and resilience and backbone and fearlessness and spirit? Guts, grit, determination, man. The synonym to it is faint-hearted, man. Which it tells us in Sirach 2, it say, woe unto him that is faint-hearted. So when you faint-hearted, you don't believe, man. You weak, you gonna fold. But real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and get this word, the actual word endure. In a simple definition. I'm gonna wrap this up, Lord willing. This endure.
Endure.
It's a let's go here. See? Endure. You break it down, you got the word, the Latin word endure means to harden. En plus duris means hard, man. Let's go get it right here real quick. So that's what it means. It means to be made hard. See? Endure. Make hard. Harden. You got to make hard. What do you use to make hard? Well, rocks, stones. If you're making something hard, what possibly? A fortitude, man. You fortify yourself. What? You building yourself up, man. Well, what? The rock, what the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh shot, man. Let me grab that Psalms real quick. This is Psalms. Come back here. This is Psalms. And then look, it say he that endured. So everybody not gonna do this. Everyone is not gonna do this. You know? You get some sheep that get ate. You get some sheep that get ate by the wolf. You know that, right? You got dudes that, you know, bogus shepherds out here that's not watching for the flock, knowing wolves coming to look for the sheep. And then the sheep only can defend themselves so much, you know. And you ain't being diligent following the sheep. That ain't you. You know ain't the shepherd, ain't your shepherd. But anyway, you know, this the sheep gonna have you where you at. So if you got the shepherds, you know, going live teaching, also how their asses on here learning, man. But they're gonna die, man. Everybody not gonna endure it, you know. And you just gotta do the work regardless, man. Because you might have some days, okay, sheep might get sick. They can't eat today. But nonetheless, you can still do your job as those of you that's been set up to be the sheep. I mean, shepherds. There's Isaiah 62:1. I'm gonna start at 1. Truly, my soul waited upon God. From Him cometh my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. It's not gonna happen, man. See that? The Lord is my rock, man. Verse 16, 6, lock it. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. So the Lord is compared to a rock, man. And that's these words. You take these words and you build upon them. You build yourself up based on what the words say, man. Use the words to make yourself a better person, have a better situation. You know, build yourself appropriately according to the times that we coming into. All not going to do that. So you want to know what? You wouldn't be enduring, and you're not going to be able to endure because you won't be made hard. You won't be made hard because guess what? You're likened unto a stone. Let me grab that real quick. This is so many scriptures. This is this is 2 Peter. That's it. When that time comes, you only got what you got, man. This is 1 Peter 2 and 5. Let's actually start here. 5. It says, "Ye also as lively stones are built up." You see, ye also as lively stones are built up. You see, a spiritual house, man. It's spiritual talk. And holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Yahweh HaMashiach. See that? Beautiful, man. So yeah, you're supposed to be getting built up, man. You're supposed to be getting built up. You know? That's what it comes down to. And if you're being built up spiritually, use rocks to build. You don't use Esau. You don't use this devil say that don't line up with the scriptures. Because you got some wisdom out here, but it ain't. If it don't go back to the scriptures, it's crap, man. I'm gonna get a scripture right here to prove that you're supposed to just be building with the Lord, because the Lord is just known as a rock. He said, "He only is my rock." This is Jeremiah 51:26. It says, "And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord." Yeah, it's talking about Esau. You know, this is talking about Esau, man. Because it tell you in the 25th verse, he said, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord." which destroyed the whole earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. And when you go into Ezekiel, 35th chapter, and tell you who that mountain is, man. You know, this is Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came, the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And Mount Seir, we know, is the Israelite. Shalakia. Mount Seir is the Edomites. Damn, Satan. Anyway, this is Genesis 37 to prove that. Genesis 37:8, and it reads, no, is that it? No, Genesis 36:8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. See, so that Mount Seir is Esau. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So it's talking about Esau, man. So he said, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain. He said, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, Esau. And that's when you read, he said he's going to destroy that mountain. In Jeremiah 51:25, you read 26. He said, they shall take of thee a stone for a foundation, nor a stone for a corner. You know? Because you only supposed to, so you're not supposed to be using anything else to build yourself up that don't align with Yahweh Bashmiel Shah. He don't only rock, man. He don't only rock. That's the only thing that's going to make you hard. All these dudes that was using Esau's mindset to build themselves up, they going to fold. They going to be like women in that day, the scripture say, man. They're going to die. They're going to die. That's what's going to happen. So my whole point is the lesson, which is what? This is what we're here for, man. We're here to be building. We're here to be living out. Like we really, that's what we're here for, man. Just for Yahweh Bashmiel Shah to bring that judgment, man. So jumping back to 2 Ezra 7:15. Now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man? And why art thou moved? Whereas thou art but mortal. So why trip? You got work to do. That's why you're here, man. You know? You're here to make something out of yourself according to the scriptures. For what? For the time to come once the reality of the matter truly manifests, man. And it's doing it right before your eyes, man. Lord, putting it, you ain't got no excuse. The same thing he's making known to you is the same thing you're supposed to be, feeding off of and building with. You know? We ain't constantly keep telling y'all this place finna be destroyed. This place finna be destroyed for no reason, man. It's finna be bad. It's finna be bad. People gonna be eating people. Jobs finna be no more. They finna get rid of the dollar. Don't matter how much money you got. Riches and profit not the dead wrath. We not bringing all this stuff out for no reason. Lord finna kill too. Look, he's finna Lord finna basically kill everybody you know. Because if he killed over half the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, how many so-called family members you think gonna survive that? He gonna kill everybody you know, man. And your niece, you don't give a damn who it is, man. They're gonna die. They're going to die because they won't be able to endure it. They say, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. They know nothing about this, man, this knowledge and this doctrine. They're not going to take heed to it. They're going to be put in a situation where they can hear it. You know what I'm saying? Your niece or your nephew, your cousin, whoever it may be, they might be in the household or have a guardian that may, be responsible for them knowing because they was told. But they all going damn basically perish, man. And that's what this is like the Game of Thrones, man. We put here just to see who's worthy to go enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. We here just for the day, for Yahweh Shah to come back. And you're here living and probably will get to see him come back. And the reason why is because you will be one of the ones that was given time of the Israelites to actually be presentable when he comes back. You see? But you got to make sure of that, man. says, let me see real quick. It says, why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? See that? This is what we hear, man. This is exactly why we here. This is what we're here for, man. He said, why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come? Because you ain't meditating, man. You ain't realize why you really here. You're supposed to be thinking these type of thoughts. You're supposed to be questioning what you read. You're supposed to be, thoughts should be hitting. I was thinking, I was just, that's meditating, man. That means you actually giving thought to what it is you say you believe in, man. And it's going to give you more furtherance. The Lord going to show you more. That's how revelations happen. But anyway, it says, why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? See that? So that's heavy, man. It says, then answered I and said, O Lord, thou that bearest rule, thou hast ordained that bearest rule. Thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for why. You see, for they that have done wickedly suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the why. See? Because either way, you still catching hell, man. Our people don't really realize why they're here. You think just because you can go get on Love and Hip Hop, you suffering, man. They tell you what you got to do. You are not immortal. This is not a place filled with all good things. You don't even have your own hair on your head. Why would you wear somebody else's hair if your hair was better? If you thought your hair was better, this place it doesn't even consist of all good mindsets, man. This place it holds all good things. You're not gonna have an Israelite with a jacked up mind in the kingdom of heaven. Little things, you're not even thinking about how much that entails. He said this is a place that has all good things, all things good, man. Ain't gonna be no insecurity. Ain't gonna be nobody hating themselves. Ain't gonna be nobody not comfortable in their skin. The Lord gonna actually give us all our heart's desires, man. And beauty gonna be reestablished in the kingdom of earth. I mean, it's gonna be established back in earth. The true standard of beauty, man. So ain't gonna be one complexion in the kingdom of heaven either. To be an Israelite, and because really we gonna get our true look back, because our people don't even look how they're supposed to look, all that's coming back. Even you so-called Negroes, you don't look how you're supposed to look. Everything done affected everything, man. Everything. We're in a different atmosphere, man. We eating different. Make me think of Ace from Menace Society. So I'm breathing different. I'm eating different. I'm breathing different. I'm eating different. He said my body different. But that's real though, man. That's the situation we in. For those that seen that. Anyway, it says, he said, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for why. For they that have done wickedly have suffered straight things, and yet shall not see the why. So you sold out to still go through hell, but you didn't endure. You folded. Because if you sell out, you didn't endure. All you sellouts are gonna die, man. All you sellouts that don't come out of that, you're gonna die. You will not be saved, man. And the saved salvation, it entails something. It's a VIP treatment. If you can only imagine, it's more than you got to think. Yahweh Shah coming to get us, man. Somebody actually gonna come get us. Just that, and he look like you. He your people. He your bloodline, man. He gonna put us on. We not leaving in. There's not gonna be some prom. You get the car rentals. No. We're gonna really get VIP treatment, man. He gonna change everybody about everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's basically above that. He gonna give us all new bodies, man. I can't even breathe right now. Damn congested. Can't even breathe. Everything shit, life, man, I could complain about it. This ain't it, man. But we're here to go through it to actually know what true breathing feels like, man. By not being able to breathe. But anyway, I'm gonna get these last couple, and I want to close this out. But it's other Father. It says, man, verse 20, it says, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God that is set before them. For God hath given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. You know, man, that's heavy, man. It says, but his law they have despised and denied his covenants, and his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his work. So you're not going to overcome, you know? You're not going to get that rod given to you, man, of power. It says, and therefore Ezra's for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. See that? So I'm going to jump down to the point. It says, this is verse 43. I'm gonna start at 42. It says, I'm gonna start at 41. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly. Wherefore shall it not be so now also? That's how it was in the past time. That's how it's gonna be now. It's gonna be so bad. You got brothers that literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start realizing, like, yo, the Lord really finna destroy my people. You know what I'm saying? My old man, he gonna kill these mugs, man. He gonna, the deeper you get, you just realize you just waiting on a phone call to hear about some massacre, man. You know what I'm saying? Some ultimate form of judgment that have taken place, and it could just be in the form of you getting a call saying, everybody got the vaccine, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got chipped, because you already know what that brings. That's destruction in itself. You know what I'm saying? So you find times like, damn, man, like the Lord, you want them to get it, let them get it. But if not, and I've been going a minute, so let me go ahead and wrap this up. It says, even so now, seeing corruption is growing up and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? Because the Lord that terrible. It says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end, where much glory doth abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. This ain't it, man. We're here just to see the day of doom. That's why you put here. You learn about God, and then he puts you in a situation where his creation, like we literally basically been put on earth to learn him. Why you think all the destruction got to happen in this thing called Jacob's trouble on the day of the Lord and his son come back? It's bigger than just going to a building. It's bigger than going to, that's off. It's bigger than us just sitting here reading this. Like, we really finna get put in position to have to glorify the Heavenly Father, man. And that's when all hell break loose. You know what I'm saying? And then the sky opened up, man. And all these heathens gonna be forced to believe in something they never believed in, man. And he using us to make an example out of it. All the hell. How you think our whole oppression is being publicized on TV, for the masses to see? We getting our asses handed to us every day. And they ain't doing us no better. You got martyrs that's gonna be of us teaching this word, man. Esau want to get rid of us, man. That's why I said all of us gonna suffer straight things It's just they not going, the 2/3 not going to get it. They're going to suffer straight things and not get the why because they want to be damn rebellious. Don't matter you got a damn TV contract. You the anchor on Fox. You still suffering straight things. Oprah is still suffering straight things. Oprah can't even reveal her real face. Oprah can't even be amongst her people. Because she's bought out, man. They own Oprah. You can't do what you want when you know what I'm saying? When you used by the devil that much. You don't own yourself no more. Anyway, it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. It says, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So that's what's going to be the end all be all. That's why we're here, to ultimately see all this death, and pretty much to apply verse 21. For God hath given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live. See that? Even as they came and what they should observe to avoid punishment. So that's that. So it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for it to come, wherein corruption is past. So we're going to see all this death. We're going to be amongst all this death just and see the causes of it, just to learn what not to do. And have the word of what the Lord tell us to do proven to us on why we should do it. And it's actually going to lead us into that immortality. But you got to keep suffering it. Because these people got you thinking, well, the only way you can make money is by getting rich or die trying. And that's by any means. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to see it continuously result bad, bad, bad. And then you're going to see how the Lord say how you are to get rich. You see what I'm saying? What's rich? And we're going to actually do those things. It's going to lead to us getting that. You know? And, it's beautiful, man. But anyway, it says, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown up, and the truth is grown up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. You see? Nor to oppress him, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory. So we here in the Game of Thrones, if you will, man. Battle tested. You hear being, this is literally put through a test. Your life, it's factually being spoken right now. This is a test we're down here, man. All the temptations when Satan come, try to throw you off, piss you off, make you mad, do something crazy. Damn near get yourself locked up, killed, judged by the Lord. Ultimately, it's all judgment, but, chastised. See what I'm saying? I answered then, this is going to be my last run. It says, I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying, that it had been better not to have given Adam Slacky. It had been better not to have Slacky. Then I answered then and said, this is my first and last saying, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given unto him to have restrained him from sinning. You see, from sinning, because look, he basically being told everything, what the reality of the matter. All this hell is because this happened. And before that happened, he said the interests of the world were wide, man. And the fruits brought forth immortality, man. But now when he did what he did, it brought all this death. So you took a path to destroying yourself and falling off. So now you got to take a path on to coming back up and being exalted, being brought back up. That's what he realized. And like, damn, we're going to have to. So this why I'm here. He had it broken down to him. The whole reason you get sent to earth, man. To prove to the Lord why he should give you yours back, man. And to glorify him. To be used to glorify him. We catching all this hell because we went through what we went through because it say mercy is seasonable in the time of affliction. So basically, that's the time when we catch a hill, that's when Yahweh can pull up. So it's beautiful. When we do what he say, that's when he can reward us. But then in all those things, he's using us to what? Show his power so he can get his glory. These mother things, they just finna kick our ass, and that's gonna be it. That's when mercy gonna be seasonable at the highest point at time of affliction, man. He give you spiritual power and just confound everybody. He's saying Yahweh shot back, so-called black man, and he looked like the very thing Esau depicts is just wicked and hate, just everything. You know, and he brings these people down. And then he uses you, something so lowly, to be exalted up into the sky and put in these beautiful chariots, man. People ain't gonna do nothing but be able to be in awe, man. And then when we come back down, they're gonna see what the Lord has done for us. All glory gonna be to Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah, man. But that's only gonna be, you're only gonna be used to do that if you endure to the end, man. If you get through this fight. And that's really my whole point, man. So it says, for what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? You see, because when you die, you just come right back into this shit until it's over with, man. It's a continuous game. How you gonna die and look for punishment? He mean when you die, you go to the heavens, you get to judgment, and you get sent right back down this bitch, man. Until the world to come. It says, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, which was Yahweh Shah, it says, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time? You see, immortal means you can't die, and that time is never going to end. With that being said, it says, whereas we have done the works that bring death, because we represented in what Adam did, man. But the only way to get out of it is literally through mercy, man. Because you can never get out of it, because you're gonna always go off, and when you go off, you gotta die. So Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah is literally using us to show his power, show his mercy. They finna kick our ass, man. That's what's getting ready to happen. This devil setting it up, man. He trying to change our people's genetic code, man. That's what this devil doing. He trying to prep our people's bodies for that damn shit, man. They not fooling nobody. You're not trying to get all these people to take this vaccine for no reason. And yeah, a lot of disease probably gonna spread, but I'm just starting to meditate on that more, man. They really setting this shit up right before our eyes, man. This is a slick ass devil, but he getting so basic with it, man. It's too clear. We gotta catch this hell, man. You gotta be on the run. You gotta flee. You gonna have to do all this, but it's because of that you gotta survive, man. You gonna do everything you can to not die, right? Well, everything you can do to not die is being laid out to you, man. The way you're gonna build yourself to where you won't die, right? Well, the thing you must use to do that is right here, man. It's that rock. That's what it is, man. That's why we're here. For the time to come. For the Lord to get his glory and to use us to glorify us and ultimately get his glory. Then we're going to get what we're reading about, man. So that's, it says, and there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. You see, and there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly, just for the Lord to show his mercy. As you see. So I'm gonna get this last scripture and I'm gonna close this out. This is 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. It says 47. No, I'm gonna start at 46. Then answered he me and said, things present are for the present, and things to come for such as be to come. So that's deep. It says, for thou comest far short that thou shouldest be able to love my creature more than I. Here it is. Ezra's complaining like he think it makes more sense for it to go how he thought. Adam should never been gave the world. No. He gonna really show our people he love us, man. And we his children, so you gotta teach them a lesson, man. The Lord don't deal with dummies, man. It says, that's why our scripture say we understand more than the ancient and our teachers. That's why I say that, man. It says, it says, in this also thou art marvelous before the Most High, and that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. Because he was also saying that too, you know. Basically, he basically said before the Lord, because the Lord liked that when you can acknowledge where you at, the state you in. He basically, Ezra was saying, he know he wasn't shit, you know. People really get offended when we use, people don't even get offended when we use curse words. This is reality, man. Here it is, you saying, you talking about a curse word, a so-called curse word. There ain't no sin. You know? It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, not the world to come, but this world currently, because they have walked in great pride. And we got to sit and suffer through this, you know, make it through this. It says, but understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise opened. The tree of life is planted. It's already done. The time to come is prepared. See that? Plentiness is made ready. That's the city. That's the wide. That's the city in the broad field, and that's the sea set in a wide place that it may be deep and great. It says the time to come is prepared. Plentiness is made ready. A city is built, and rest is allowed. Man, you won't be able to rest, man. You wake up fucking tired, man. Then you get insomnia. You can't even sleep. And it's shit, man. This ain't about no goddamn YouTube, man. This is really happening. Lord set up the internet to show how real this is, man. And the time coming where he's finna take this away. That's why he said, seek the glory for yourself and for those that be like you, man. Because ain't everybody not finna get this, man. Everybody not gonna harden up, man. Everybody not gonna endure. Everybody not gonna overcome. You overcome, you're gonna get that rod of iron, man. And we're gonna break in pieces, you nations, man. You damn so-called white people, all you heathens, you all gonna pay, man. My life a living hell because you people, man, the damn devil. And because of us. And we acknowledging that, but y'all furthering it, man. But anyway, let me go ahead and wrap this up. It says, for unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plentiness is made ready, a city is built, and rest is allowed. Yeah, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption. You ain't gonna know how to sin anymore, man. You trying to do right, you can't do right. How you want to, man? It says, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. And then when you do right, somebody else can't do right. So that affect you. It's just crazy, man. It's madness. It says sorrows are past, and in the end is shewed. See, and in the end is shewed the treasure of immortality. It say, and therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. So that's beautiful, man. You know. So this is why we're here, and I'm gonna wrap it up on these two. Matthew 24:12, 30:13. It says, Slaki, verse 13. But he that endured unto the end, the same shall be saved. So all hell finna break loose, man. It's about to get real bad. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, He fled from the dang bear, and he went in the house, and the serpent bit him, man. You non-stop, no rest, all hell in your backyard, pulling up to you, man. That's what's finna happen, man. Because all these people got to get judged. You know how much judgment you finna be around? And then you trying to stay on your straight and narrow because shit you probably got to pay for. But anyway, that you did. This Revelation 2:26. Lord willing, this has been edifying. This is Revelation 2:26. It says, and he, but I'm gonna start at 25, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. So whatever you got, you can't lose. You don't want to backtrack. When the Lord give you increase, you want to keep it and just keep gaining. You know, you don't get one stone and build it up, throw that one away, and then, you know what I'm saying, you're going to reverse, counterproductive. It says, but 26, it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, see that? To him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. How shall he got to go through what he going through, which is sitting, watching us go through this, and he already went through it, man. He's the author and finisher of our faith, man. It says, and I will give him the morning star. He that had the ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith to the churches. And the churches, all these congregations out here, that you believe it's in Yahweh Bashmi al-Shah. So that's pretty much it. That's why we're here, man. So Lord, when it's been edifying, I shouldn't have to say no more. That's pretty much it. You know, I know, and that's a good scripture the brother got. So broad, it says, having an ample distance from side to side. It says wide, covering a large number and wide scope of subjects or areas. So yeah, but this is the main thing. Remember Lot's wife, man. She looked back. She wasn't built up. She didn't make it. You know, Lot went on to become a nation. She perished. See that? So it was tested for the Lord's purpose. The Lord has been edifying. Until next time, Shalom. Thwadi Halbah Shmi Al Shah for the Holy Spirit. Shalom.